Hi everyone, my name is Marco and I want to dedicate my first YouTube video to something that really bothers me, and that's art in today's society. Now, I want to kind of explain why it bothers me, because I'm not just going to take this video to dunk on modern art, although I do find it really atrocious. But what I really wanted to talk about is just the lack of art, because I think modern art is nothing more than a product of today's society. So I think that the topic of today won't be actual modern art, but the lack of art. And it's not just this video, although I am very passionate about, sculpting and painting and stuff like that. It won't just be about painting and sculpting and those fine arts. It's just about every art space in general, whether it's clothing, architecture, music, writing. I mean, there is no genre of art that is currently doing better than, say, in the 18th or 19th century, which I think is kind of concerning. But it's also, like I said, a product of what we become. We become kind of soulless, we become depressed, we become just not very passionate about life, and I think that reflects our society today. So like when we look at cars, like you can't tell me that the cars today are better than they were, like, I don't know, in the 1800s, when cars started first mass producing. And I think the same can be said about architecture, about clothes. I mean, everybody's wearing the same things today, and it's kind of weird because, art isn't actually needed in society. Like, it's not a necessary good to have in the world yet. We're seeing so many people so apathetic about life, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that a lot of our art today is just bland, boring, or just simply non-existent. Like, when was the last time you saw something so beautiful, whether it's something as simple as a fountain or a car, or, everything is in these monochromatic colors, black, gray, white, and everything in between. And so I genuinely think that that's one of the reasons why society feels so, like it's crumbling today, even though it's on paper it's doing well. But a lot of it also has to do with this post-industrial revolution kind of push towards efficiency in every possible shape or form, whether it's, like I said, like faucets used to be works of art, like gutters, and whether it's that or something more complicated. It's just horrible. Like, well, what happened to good architecture and, using beautiful materials? But I think people kind of just eliminated everything that they don't need, and that kind of stride for efficiency just became our downfall. If we look at the concept of one size fits all, is plagiarizing humanity. Overall depression rates going up, suicide rates going up, and just general dissatisfaction. Now, of course, this has a lot to do with social media and our phones and a lot of different things, but like I said, it's only a product of our soulless, artless society. Had there been more soul to everything we did, like our furniture and our houses and our paintings and our sculptures and our music, surely there would have been much higher levels of happiness within our modern society. I mean, you cannot tell me that artists like Trippie Redd have the same, level of skill and talent as Mozart, and I mean, that's up for debate, but it goes for a lot of things. We haven't had a Michelangelo for a long time. We haven't had a Da Vinci for a long time, and I think that for all of those who are unsatisfied with the world today, that you need to be the change that you want to see in the world. Now, I know that sounds like some motivational, guru stuff, but there's no mass saving of this world. Nobody's going to come to save all of us. We can focus on our microcosm and try to make it a better place, whether it's our home, our art, our life, but it's worrying, that nobody even finds it concerning that we don't care about the art we have. I mean, we can look at Victorian era clothing. Everybody had their kind of style and these weird and wacky colors and whatnot, and now everybody's like going out and basically in pajamas. And that concept of just doing the bare minimum is kind of the fall of the society, you know, this whole minimalism and this whole, you know, less is more. I just think that concept will lead us nowhere eventually, since we kind of see this in a lot of places in society where people are just overall dissatisfied. Now, of course, like I said, social media has a lot to do with this, but I also think that it's fixable for now. I don't think that it has done irreversible damage, especially to an individual who's willing to fix himself and better himself. I think that there's a lot of potential for a new renaissance, because the renaissance only came after the dark ages. So I think we're kind of stuck between like this renaissance and these dark ages where we can feel something coming, but for now we really, most of us aren't really sure where to go and what to do. And so I think that we should start by just creating something, you know, whether it's bettering your home or bettering your driveway, or even like making something beautiful with your hands, going out in nature and appreciating nature. Like, when's the last time you appreciated a sunset, you know, and or like a full moon? And so I think that humans need to be inspired by nature and by God, and divert that energy inwards and create something beautiful that will outlive them, because I think that's the highest form of selflessness that a person can have. So let me know what you guys think. This is my first video in this kind of long format, so I know it's going to be super awkward, but I just want to kind of get used to it, because I feel like there's a lot of ideas I want to share about art, about, you know, how I feel about it, and let me know in the comments what you think about it.